Hi, my name is Judie VanKooiman, and you're watching Life Issues. This month's topic is the PACE program and the PARC at Harborview. And my guests are Mackenzie Cunningham and Pete Bruce from the PARC at Harborview. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Mackenzie, I'm going to start with you. What is your title?
So my title is I am an outreach and marketing coordinator for the PACE program.
Okay. And what is your professional background?
I have a professional background in business analytics and marketing, so this was sort of a perfect fit where we can definitely check out all the analytics on enrollments, what strategies work for outreach, and how we can reach the population the best.
Okay, awesome. And what does PACE stand for?
So PACE stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. So it's an all-inclusive managed care program. Basically, we want to provide care that covers medical care, socialization, any physical needs that you might need.
Okay. And Pete, what is your title?
Judy, my title is Senior Advisor over at the PARC at Harborview.
Okay. And what is your professional background?
My professional background is I have a counseling degree, a master's degree in counseling. For all intents and purposes, my role now is Senior Advisor or Sales and Marketing. Not really sales and marketing. I work with families quite a bit to find the right fit, and that's what I do. So yeah.
Okay. And what is PARC at Harborview?
So the PARC at Harborview, if many of the residents of Winthrop know, it's the old Winthrop hospital. And in about 2015, it went from being the hospital to being an assisted living, a senior living community. And at that point, it was designed so that there were three types of residents that could be there. One is independent living, where folks basically it's room and board, and folks can live there and have a lifestyle where they don't want to take care of all the things that they were doing, cutting the lawn and all that kind of thing before moving to our community. And there is also a component of assisted living, whereas we add in the care piece to our community. So it's independent living with some care attached to it. And then we also have a small 20 apartment unit specifically designed for memory care needs for residents that have all kinds of different cognitive impairment needs, and that part is a secure environment.
Okay. And Mackenzie, how long has PACE been in existence?
So PACE actually started back in the 1970s. It started back in San Francisco. Someone just came up with it to help their family members continue to age in the community, and it has been adopted all over the country. So.
Okay. And what is the PACE model of care?
The PACE model of care is centered around the belief that all aging people, they should remain in their homes. They can get the best care in their homes and live safely in the community. So it centers around physical care, mental care, social care, everything to provide you with so you can live safely in your home. And avoid nursing homes is basically the goal, because
Right.
not everybody wants to move to a nursing home. You want to stay in the comfort of your own home with the help of your family and hopefully the PACE program.
Right, yeah, because you want to stay put as long as possible.
Yes,
or
aging in
into
place.
assisted living, that's just like home
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And what are the PACE services?
That is a loaded question because PACE does provide basically all the services you could need. As I mentioned, it is all-inclusive. So we have doctors, primary care, nursing staff. You can get in-home nurses, skilled nursing, homemaking services, personal care, home-delivered meals. We have physical, occupational therapy. We have our PACE centers for socialization, where you see all your doctors. We do transportation. We can provide medical specialists. pharmacy, durable medical equipment. The list goes on and on, really.
Okay, awesome. Pete, you explained the 3 different living arrangements. How does someone know which living arrangement? I mean, especially like memory care, is that family member that says, I think mom needs to go in this part, or how do they choose?
That's a great question. You know, a lot of the folks who look for our community or any assisted living in general that has an independent living, assisted living, or memory care, they'll typically be looking for 2 things in particular. Is the location is a huge one, and then also financial is a consideration. That's where PACE obviously would come into play, and that's why we have this partnership together. But when folks, you know, sometimes folks are looking just for a lifestyle change, so they might be inquiring, and sometimes that takes a while for folks to land on one particular community. You know, there's tons of communities out there. But ours is in Winthrop. We're actually the only one in Winthrop, and a lot of people seek us out, like I said, for location. Another reason is that there may be a lot more difficulty happening at their specific home that they're in right now. So they'll look for a place that can augment that. And so a lot of times folks will start at home and bring in some home care, or there might be a family member or 2 that are kind of supporting folks at their home, and that's their place to live. Could be decades that they've been living there. And so when they look for our community, like you mentioned, is that they're looking for as close to home-like setting as possible, and that's what we do provide. When folks are deciding on, well, am I an independent living community person? Am I an assisted living community person? It really comes down to an assessment that is done we have a nursing staff that's there as well, and a care staff, and we have doctors that come in, and nurse practitioners, podiatrists, and all the, you know, folks that Mackenzie has already discussed. However, we would do the assessment, and that would dictate what kind of care they might need. With the folks that need memory care, it's a little bit different. Sometimes it's an emergency situation where someone might be recommended by a geriatric case manager, by a hospital or a social worker at a hospital or rehab that cannot go back home. Some folks who are in assisted living, who are should be in assisted living, who don't have cognitive needs, may be recommended the same way, but more for physical needs. So those are the types of situations that happen. Sometimes it's a burnt out family member who just said, I just can't do this anymore. I need a little bit more assistance. And I'm sure, Mackenzie, you get the same phone calls as well about, I need services. And so the question you ask is a little bit more in depth, but that's kind of in a nutshell how people are find us and how they actually are placed according to an assessment that's done.
Okay. And what can the residents expect, like activities, et cetera, at the park when they move in?
Oh my goodness, we have something going on from the morning all the way to the evening, and they're in the community, outside of the community. We were talking about specifically our memory care folks are going out on an ice cream social. Off in we have transportation, a van. We have other folks that will go out to the mall, or they'll go to the beach. We'll go sightseeing. We'll go leaf peeping in the fall. We might go out and get some flowers to plant in our planters. So you name it, we do it. There's always a component every day that has to do with exercise. So we might do chair exercise or Tai Chi. We might do some stretch band exercises as well. Movie night is big. Music is big. Arts and crafts are big. You know, things that you would typically find at the Winthrop Senior Center, we do as well at our community. But instead of having to go somewhere, we actually bring all that there. Stephanie is our life enrichment director. She's fantastic. She does a great job. She brings the energy and gets people motivated to do these things, because frankly, the folks that are, if you don't use it, you kind of lose it. So we try. That's a huge component of our community. We are a social model. You had mentioned about nursing homes. So nursing homes are they're a medical model. So we're a social model, and that's a big piece of it, those activities.
Okay, great. And what type of meals are served?
Delicious meals. So you name it, we do it. We're not going to do necessarily prime rib and lobster every day. That's not what we do. We do, our residents love the comfort meals, the usual meals that you would find. There's a lot of meals that we provide that when residents move in, just like activities, we ask them what are their favorite meals that they love, and what are the favorite foods that they love. What are their activities that they used to do and they wish they could do again. So we really do tailor a lot to our residents, both from a food standpoint, an activity standpoint, but you name it, we do it. And I would encourage anybody who wants to come over and visit. I'd be more than happy to do that. Meals, obviously, too. Yeah.
Awesome. Mackenzie, how many PACE sites are there?
So there are 3 PACE sites and 2 what we call alternative care settings. Our PACE sites are in East Boston, Revere, and Winthrop. Along in Winthrop is one of our alternative care settings, which is our wellness center. So at the wellness center, you can get things like acupuncture, massage therapy, they do yoga, we do language classes. So that's really to support that alternative care, your mental, that extra step. We have also a gym there for more independent participants who want to work out independently as opposed to maybe using rehab machines or physical therapy machines. And our other alternative care setting is in Everett. That one is almost a full PACE site. It's only missing the rehab gym, but other than that, it has every discipline there.
Okay, great. And what type of events, activities take place at the PACE sites?
So a lot happens at these PACE sites. PACE can be well described as a one-stop shop for all your care. So at the PACE sites, we do daily events, social events. They play games, they do crafts, but also here at the PACE sites is where you're going to see all your doctors. So for example, a day in the life of a PACE participant might be they come in the morning. We do transportation, so we'll pick them up at their home, bring them there. They can start their day with coffee, a light breakfast. Maybe they have an appointment with their primary care, or they have some physical therapy in the morning. They can pop over, see their doctor while they're there, come back to the day room, play some games, do some crafts. And then we also serve lunch every day there. So we really encompass everything in these PACE sites.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And who does PACE serve?
So PACE serves adults 55 and older in our service area. We service 10 zip codes. We service East Boston, Revere, Winthrop, Chelsea, Everett, Malden, Medford, Melrose, Stoneham, and the North End. So all those service areas. Of course, we're always looking to expand. And you have to clinically need us. That is a requirement. So basically, you would have to have some need for our services.
Okay, great. Pete, the PARC is hosting some upcoming workshops this summer at the Winthrop Senior Center. Can you talk about them?
Yeah, I do this a lot. Part of my job is about education. So one of the big hits that I've had in the past is doing a 3-part series, once a month, going to the senior center or to the library or to our own community over at the PARC, and do a 3-part series on dementia specifically. It's something that a lot of folks like to know about, whether it's it's a senior who is wondering if they have some cognitive needs, or a family member who is just looking to communicate better or to care for their loved one better. So the first one is coming up next week, actually, and the first one it's entitled Normal Aging versus Memory Loss. So, folks will want to know, am I doing okay or not? And what are the kind of the things I should be looking out for? The next series after that in July is called Signs and Stages of Dementia. And that is a great one for folks that are trying to figure out if their loved one has actually been diagnosed, or that they're caring for them. What are some of the general stages of dementia? So that's another popular one. And then the third one that I offer is specifically for caregivers. One of the aspects of dementia is about communication. So when someone is confused, they have some cognitive processing issues, is how do you actually communicate so that you can help them the most effectively. So that one is called Effective Communication for Caregivers. So this is going to start in June, then July, and August. I think there'll be a flyer that will be posted on this show as well at the end, so that folks, if they want to go, they don't have to RSVP for it, but they can go to the Senior Center in Winthrop and RSVP there, but everybody's welcome.
Great. Okay. And Mackenzie and Pete, the PARC and PACE programs are collaborating together. Can you please tell us more?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we are partnering.
Yeah.
I think it's been a long time coming that we do something more formal.
Definitely.
We do have 7 residents at the PARC right now who get the services that Mackenzie discussed about. We actually have residents who go to the center on a daily basis. I can think of a few that can't wait to go. After breakfast, they're on their way. And they love it. And the services that PACE provides are services that we also do, but because of the financial need, it's a perfect partnership, a great fit for folks that, we are a for-profit community. So with that being said, is sometimes folks are appropriate to live at our community but financially need that support. So that's where PACE comes in.
Yes.
And it's awesome because then they can stay and age in place for indefinitely, so that we can they can call it their home. We can be their sometimes surrogate family as well. Sometimes families live out of state or can't get over as much as possible. But then the piece that PARC, that PACE has, is that they can provide the financial support so that they can continue to thrive.
Yes, to speak off of that, the PACE program, for participants who are financially eligible, all our services are completely free. So while that might sound a little too good to be true, it is true. So working with the PARC, if there are participants who say maybe can't afford all those services at the PARC, since we provide those services, we can cover that aspect and cover those services for them. So it's a really great partnership to give people options. A lot of people need help, and we want to be there as much as we can. So.
Right. And this gives them a chance to get out of the park for, half a day or the day or
Yes.
something. I mean, even though there's activities going on, but they still can do other things too. So that's awesome. Great. And Pete, what type of care is there at the park?
So a lot of the things that Mackenzie mentioned, we also do. So we have 24/7 nursing CNAs, so certified nursing assistants. They're there in the morning, noon, night, overnight, to make sure folks are cared for from the ADLs, we call them, activities of daily living. So if they need them, it could be as easy as daily reminders. It could be as more complex as physical help, showering, dressing, grooming, helping to feed someone if they needed that assistance, dietary needs, medication management. These are all things that we can provide. We also have nurses that are there for 12 hours a day. They're there to primarily help with medication administration, but they're really the eyes and ears for folks that are physically needing assistance as well. With any kind of medical modality or changing condition, they're going to be the ones to interface with their doctor or with their nurse practitioner to make sure that they're safe. We also have a lot of other ancillary care as well, like VNA services. We have a podiatrist that comes in. We have a dentist that will come in. We also have other things like you were talked about, massage therapy and acupuncture. Those are things that we can interface with as well in the community. A lot of those things are picked up by insurance or PACE, obviously, as well. But we run the gamut of what kinds of needs that they might be needing. Think activities of daily living.
Okay, great. Mackenzie, can you please give us your contact info?
Yeah, of course. So my name again is Mackenzie Cunningham. My direct line is 617-568-4720, and my email is cunningham@ebnhc.org.
Okay, and Pete, what is your contact info?
Sure, Pete Bruce. And I'll give you my office number, which is 617-207-3009. My cell phone, which is always on, is 339-368-3992. And it's P. Bruce. My email is pbruce@parc@harborview.com.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that's all the time that we have. Thank you both for all you do for those in need. I love to hear your thoughts and suggestions. Please send them to lifeissuestv@gmail.com. And remember, live each day to the fullest and celebrate life. Hi, my name is Judie VanKooiman. I'm the founder and president of Those Who Can for Those in Need.
And I'm Sebastian Lemieux. I'm the treasurer.
We connect people and resources from the greater Boston and North Shore area.
We provide help with elderly, losing a loved one, children, low income, homelessness, mental illness, disease and health issues, substance abuse, domestic violence, LGBTQ, and veterans.
We are Winthrop-based, but like we mentioned earlier, we cover a large area.
Our website is twc.org. TIN.org. And on there, you can find the various resources from the organizations that are with us, past episodes of Life Issues, which is a resource show, and our newsletters.
We hold 2 major events every year. We have our annual comedy show fundraiser in the spring, and early September we have our annual Family Resource Fair. For both events, please check out our website and social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
During our resource fair, our visitors will be able to visit the resource tables, there's food, and also various family activities.
To end, I started Those Who Can for Those in Need in memory of my husband, who passed away in 2007 of cancer. You can go on our website to learn more, twctin.org.
Thank you.